And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Shadow Empire. We're picking up the bottom round at 220. We killed 1,800 infantry for the intern, and we have 6 decisions. We've discovered Echo Tracer Spy Kit, okay. Discovered the medium helicopter, so we'll probably actually develop a medium helicopter to use as a gunship. Discovered jump packs, and completed turbojet engines, okay. Got another friendship pact. Oh, the auction complete, okay.
Roger that.
I think here we want to do Thopter
Copy
engines.
that.
And then we're going to want to design a medium aircraft.
Yes, sir.
Order received.
Mine improvement. Unit decision. Doesn't really matter. They're all about the same suitability for this purpose, so we'll assign one.
Roger that.
And then we need that helicopter blueprint to make this easy. New design, medium helicopter. This is going to be, I suppose technically I should class it as fire tactical bomber. Medium rockets, twin Goss. And we need something that can have enough fuel, have the needed range, and the engine. Oh, and we just have there's a raw max weight on these as well. Okay. Getting a 6.6 range, 9. Looks like we're looking at something like 9. We get better range if we shrink the engine? No. So yeah, this is the medium rocket sort of fighter or tactical bomber here in the helicopter design. So that's a work in helicopter design.
Understood.
Our decisions. Let's start running helicopter missions to reconnaissance. Air recon. I'm not sure how accurate the reconnaissance is here. Want it to say there.
Birds are in the sky.
Okay, so it doesn't look like there's anything over there. Run it over here as well for a similar reason.
Birds are in the sky.
Yeah, maybe not the best of indication whether or not we think there's anything there. Unit info is 52, so we could basically infer there's nothing in that sort of area. White ruled everything out over there, but it doesn't appear to be anything.
Birds are in the sky. Birds are in the sky. Birds are in the sky.
Okay, so I don't think there's anything on that side of the body of water, at least up to here. Might be stuff over here. So we go ahead and pull these guys back to the road. So we should run somewhere else. Via strategic move next turn.
I'm under heavy fire. Requesting assistance. Attack! confirmed.
Wouldn't necessarily say that's kill confirmed, but definitely attack successful.
Going in. Mission successful.
12 for 2. Okay. We're going to do air recon with you.
Birds are in the sky. Birds are in the sky.
So there was stuff off the coast here at one point. Doesn't appear to be off the coast anymore. Probably came ashore and I dealt with it, and I'm just being paranoid at this point.
Let's go. Mission successful. Open fire! Open fire!
Trying to deal with these AI sentinels. And they're not harmless, as you can see. They're just really hard to kill, and not a lot of them.
Run!
Okay, we lost 1 infantry, so that's not too bad.
Enemy spotted.
Ah, there's arachnids. So we got an arachnid swarm here, which isn't super surprising that they'd be hostile.
Enemy spotted.
We need more firepower, sir. Going in. Mission successful.
That means we need another replacement. Effectively 2. Not too bad. Slow and sturdy progress being made. Pretty sure the animal that we're trying to get rid of is on that hex.
Don't get lost.
For that, we should be getting rid of it.
Engaging enemy. Mission successful.
As the game says, mission successful. Although we'll probably need to do sort of reconnaissance flights down here to make sure the area is clear once and for all. Okay, professional troops begin the attack here. Militia are mostly here for reconnaissance.
Going in.
Body blocking.
Mission successful.
There we go. push it forward. Almost out of the mountains. I think that's got us out of the mountains. We'll be able to build the road down onto the plains, and then the vehicles will be able to ride off into the sunset. Okay. So, I think pretty successful turn as far as territorial movement is concerned. And then when we get those fighter bombers, that'll be real useful. I'm a little bit more worried about these arachnids. May want to bring another brigade over. There's one more brigade. And then obviously more colonists here. The port is done. See, the social housing department's done. Can I expand the port again? Yes. Okay, so we'll start queuing up that expansion. We'll bring the colonists in as workers, so we're less likely to have a construction delay. Looks like no construction delays. Work apartment, social housing, port completed, truck station completed over in New York, which has updated that all to green supply, so that's good to see. So yeah, if I had infinite manpower, we could start deploying for the Davos front. Sorry, bit of a hiccup there. Everything else proceeding at speed. Don't necessarily know I want to add more construction right now. I think it's mainly upgrading what we've got in progress that we want to be doing. And building more troops, obviously. Which is what we're doing with things like the brigade over here. Oh, I suppose I can extend this road a bit. Out into the way there. And then you keep going up the coastline. Okay, spread those guys out a little bit more. We got reinforcements coming for you. And then yeah, we're gonna keep pushing in here. Okay, so that's we're not really taking much off of Nelson State with that. Diplomacy-wise, I think we're potentially in Victory Pact territory with a bunch of people, right? So I don't have a friendship pact with you. I thought I had a friendship pact with you. Or is that the non-aggression pact just got off?
Roger that.
Let's friendship pact them. And if we do the diplomacy with you, I think we can get it with you. Maybe I'll have to double check the diplomacy reports. We might have had broken on us.
Roger that. Roger that.
Letterbox. Yeah. So we brought them to friendship, but they immediately just turned around and decreased it, which is a bit mean, but they can do that. Discovered. Okay. Won that auction. Got another ancient. That. Okay. That just finished. Could probably go with another one of those. Let's call
Roger that.
you up, swap the research there. Let's do personal
Roger
armor
that.
optimization. Military research is working laser guns. Eco Council is working on industrial robotization, which should actually be done next turn. Cool. We might go into nuclear plants so that we can find actinite tip ammo afterwards. Because we don't need the food, which would be the reason to hydroponics. Because industry is the fourth in automation, which is going to... Yeah, industry will be the fourth in automation, which gives us the ability to get into battle dress, heavy metal dress. And then victory score-wise, we're up to 24.5, so really we just need to find another 25.5. Right, so in theory, we're thinking we plausibly can do victory pact, victory pact, victory pact, victory pact, the top next four. What you at? 10, 17, 23, 28. Yeah, if we got victory pact in the next four highest, that would take us to victory. We only got 2 victory packs on us, and they, as you can see, they can break them pretty quickly. They don't necessarily have to hang around on a pack for very long. So trying to do diplomacy victory here may be a slow game of diplomacy, but we can try. And that would definitely be a lot faster than trying to take the planet the hard way. Because most of what's missing on the planet is planet. There's just so much mountain. Anyway, if we get a connection over here, this is more population. This might be enough population. Instead of getting 4, I might only need 3. We shall see. Let's cycle that turn. Okay, we're on the non-aligned portion of the turn, so it should be coming around to us pretty quickly. Oh, and we can see, because the reconnaissance is revealing to us, that there is wildlife in that lake, that ocean. Okay, here we are at the bottom of round 221. We killed 7 air infantry. We have 5 decisions awaiting us. So a bit of a low decision count turn. Completed industrial liberalization, which is what we were expecting. Completed the sort of attack helicopter. It's good to see. And of course, we'll have follow-up decisions on those. So, Eco Council wants a different thing to do. We're going to tell you work towards the nuclear
Order
plant.
received.
Now that we have jet engines, the extra heavy aircraft are going to be a little bit, or turbojet engines. The extra heavy aircraft will be a little more tempting to play around with. So this is going to be level bomber with probably some sort of like very heavy turbojet. Probably the big wings. Probably going to run some degree of missiles and probably bomb hatches, but we'll figure out that. So get fuel on board. .25x range bomber, it's not bad. Turbojet. And that's probably what we're going to run. So very heavy merit air missiles, 40k. So that's actually 40,000 kilograms worth of bombs. Lots of bombs. Oh, also looks like it doubles its cargo capacity. Didn't realize the bombs did that. So I suppose for transport, so you want both bomb hatches and cargo space. Okay. Yeah, 3,500 air-to-ground firepower. Which, as we can see, is mostly soft attack. Bomb hatches are good for spotting infantry. Anyway, we can't do more fuel, so that's what we got. That was the extra heavy one I think we were playing with there, right? Yeah. Could do the heavy one as well. But the extra heavy one actually unlocks the 6-engine version, so we'll do that.
Understood.
The 6-engine one's probably just going to be able to carry more bombs. Scientific cooperation, we'll
Roger
accept.
that.
Senate extradition. I'll accept losing the merit
Roger that.
for the relation improvement. Commander for the 23rd.
Copy that.
So I'm not really caring which commander it is, just that there is one. Let's do a quick check on the diplomacy. Did we have any bad stuff occurring? Foreign affairs. No. I don't think there was any changes where they broke stuff. Okay.
Hostiles detected. Formation.
Open fire! Open fire!
Do no harm? Yeah, right.
be fair, I suspect these guys are amphibious, so because they're octopuses. So we're just gonna drive them back into the sea. But we can shoot them up in the meantime, or attempt to. See if we got the action points. Just barely have the action points. 13 for effectively 1. They're back to sea. Okay.
Going in.
These guys are amphibious, we'll just drive them into the sea, but if they're not, we'll get rid of them. Or we won't have enough action points, one of the two. It's actually the second one, okay. Yeah, okay. So these guys want to deploy, say, to there. As we push into the Arachnid territory. You want to do air recon. Some indication that there was
Birds are in the sky.
something over there.
Birds are in the sky.
Found them. Now if we only had a payload to deliver. To be fair, we can get a payload to deliver. It's going to be a different plane. Won't be ready this turn. Tactical. We're struggling a little bit with logistics. Okay, so we're not delivering those tacticals. I think it is the Cheyenne. Models, how I check. Yeah. So, don't quite have the shipping capacity to ship 3 medium helicopters across. Which isn't super surprising, I suppose.
Enemy spotted.
We need more firepower, sir. Heads down. Mission successful.
Attack!
It's definitely easier for us to replace our losses than the wildlife, so we can just slowly attrit them away. That is what we have to do. Any delays on the construction? Yeah. That might also be the reason we can't ship the thing over, is because we're not getting the port operating at full speed. Yeah, so we ship these guys over as workers, which will help get us enough workers to get the port being expanded at speed. Oh, now you're part of the 23rd, so you want to strategically move. Probably there. I don't know if I'm going to put these guys between the 21st and the 18th, or between the 18th or the 21st and the 14th. But we're going to slot them into the line somewhere around there. Actually, going to recon move you there. And we can do a little bit of recon in here before we're completely out of action capacity.
Birds are in the sky. Birds are in the sky.
Okay, so I think we've got a little bit more space. I think there's basically nothing. And to be fair, this is a pretty narrow sea, so they probably would have come ashore by now if they were going to. At least up to the city. We obviously still want to leave the city garrisoned, but we can move the rest off for assignment elsewhere. And we don't know about the line down here. In fact, we know it's Colossal in some places down here. We'll fill up the spit in here while we're worried about it. So you can go there. Because yeah, we think we got this area sort of our own personal lake with no hostiles on it. Still got to recon more of it to make sure it's completely clear. We know like there's one there. We know there's some off the coast here. We know literally there's some off the coast here, sort of thing. But a lot of it, I think, is becoming more and more safe as time goes on. And if we get those fighter bombers to start, the fighter helicopters, or the bombing helicopters to go clear out more of the sea wildlife, we'll clear even more space. Free up more troops, allow us to go more places. Sort of thing.
We're under fire. Run! Run! Run!
Enemy spotted.
Oh, I should have gone with the professional
Abort
troops.
mission.
Absolutely wrecked the militia unit there. So, that was my bad. The militia units are effectively non-replaceable, so
Yes, sir. We're
I
going
prefer to
in.
keep them intact.
Mission completed. We need more firepower, sir.
Attack formation. Do no harm? Yeah, right.
Just like that, we advance slowly and steadily forward.
Move out.
Clearing the wildlife, let's
Mission
go.
accomplished.
Oh, obviously I can't put the road through the hex I just cleared. Makes sense. And we're trying to link up with these guys over here. So we just go running up the zone. This is a territory by the Mercanteers, so eventually we're going to piss the Mercanteers off, but we're at the point where I'm not scared of Mercanteers. Hey, did I do the guys expanding across the sea already? I did. Let's fly these guys across the way here. I'll still do some air recon. around there.
Birds are in the sky.
Yeah, worked out this in theory, none over there. Oh, I might... This might be a stretch, but it might also not be a stretch. Can I get a medium? Or get the tacticals here? No. Although it wouldn't be too hard for them to fly over if I could get them someplace close by. Yeah, we got logistics. And no. So it's gonna have to be somewhere on the rail, apparently. Unless it's the rail being saturated that's being the issue. I could see that being the case. No, the rail will work. It's plenty on the rail. Okay, so we'll have to fly it down, but that'll work. It might also be good use over there, but I'm not too worried about that right now. And planes are reasonably expensive both on fuel and logistics, so... Especially if they start shooting things. Yeah, so we want to expand the transport across the sea, but that is expanding the port. I suppose we also need to expand the port on this end, don't we? Let's check. We're getting 3,000, because we only have 3,000 capacity to load and unload, is what that's saying, I think. Yeah, 4,000 points to load, 1,000 points to unload, so we're only able to actually really use 3,000 points. Meaning I need to expand the loading as well as the unloading. Okay. Construction, everything except for on the other end is building at speed. Nothing finished, but I will take the risk that we cause some issues by expanding the port here. Because the port's going to have to be expanded at some point. Oh, and I suppose even that upgrade's not enough, in theory, to provide the 9,000 points we've requested. It's only enough for 8,000. So we'll actually want to go all the way up to 5 to get the maximum shipping of that route on both sides as a side effect. And then we're into international diplomacy. Majors, victory packs. It would be hard to get it, but it would not be impossible. They're also worth the most victory scores. They're probably the ones I need to do it on if we're going to do victory pact victory. Them, the Nelson state. Okay, so let's try to get it off on them.
Roger that.
And we're looking at probably doing it with like 3 or 4 of them. I can probably store up to 3 victory pact cards, but even at 2 we're reducing the probability we get a third one. So I'm going to have to use them
Roger
to
that.
get enough. So we got a critical success off there. Okay. That puts us at 35. Nelson State's probably the next best. We want to do Nelson State next. Just these guys.
Roger that.
Critical success there. Brings us up to 42. So now we just need to get another 7.4. Grismont is the next easiest, or the next biggest. So if we get another victory pact, we'll do it with them. And if we get a victory pact to the 4th one, then we'll lose 1. So we're very rapidly spooling ourselves over to a potential victory state. We're not quite there yet.
Standing by for
Copy that. Copy that.
And I think the UN style victory here is definitely a better result than nuclear weapon launch, which is the other way we'd win. Okay, I think we're ready to cycle turn. I suppose the other solution, and this is one I might do to try to speed it up, instead of waiting for victory banks, is I can do unifications with the 2 miners. They're providing a lot of population, so they might bring the victory score up quite a bit. It might be faster than waiting for a 4th victory pact. Looking at the time, I think this is going to be the last end turn of this part. Otherwise, I'm going to run over an hour again. And I do probably want to go to bed sometime tonight. So I do want to record one more part tonight. If that could be the final part, that would be nice, but I might not be. That's going to be very RNG dependent. But we are, I think, at the end of this part, going to put the part break in. If you're watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow, because we haven't won yet. Not going to guarantee how far into the future that's going to go, but for at least tomorrow there will be a part. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. We're obviously going to watch the end of this end turn, and then we're going to put a part break in, take a quick stretch, and then we'll be back to recording one more part tonight. Coming up on the unaligned forces turn here. Which is usually where the interesting stuff happens on these turns. Although I could imagine some interesting stuff happening during the arachnid portion of the turn as well. Seeing some of the local wildlife move around. Not very many attacks, but it's definitely lots of movement. And yeah, the plan is going to continue, as I said, basically the end of this end turn. We're going to put the part break in, so if you're watching YouTube, there'll be a part up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short break to walk around, stretch the legs a little bit, and then we'll be back. Also get the ads out of the way. We'll get the ads out of the way while I'm taking that stretch break. And then we'll record one more hour-long bit, give or take a little bit, while we try to negotiate the unification of the planet, let's say. Because I think that's where we're at. Yeah, we're going to take over more territory, because the more territory we take over, the less difficult the negotiation's going to be. We need 2 more people to agree to Victory Pact, or probably need both the miners, so on and so forth. So we'll be picking up next time on round 222. Right after we killed 1,100 infantry and 7 decisions to deal with. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck, had a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.